welcome to Video Game Break, where we're going to look at the little video game console that could, the Ouya. And it never gets old hearing that name, Ouya. I'd like to say Ouya. No one else says that. So this was on Kickstarter. It got over $8 million, had 63,000 backers. So why are we looking at the Ouya? Because I want to give you my review of the actual console and some of the games that came out for it. The Ouya is an Android-based, small, teeny little box system that hooks up to your TV via HDMI. It has a wireless controller. Let's talk about the box first. It's Android. It's a little more powerful than a smartphone, so it can do a little bit more things with graphics. But in general, there's a lot of Android games that are ported over to the system. There's some original titles and indie titles as well, but it seems like the bulk of it is Android games moved over. And that's not a bad thing, because there's some amazing games for the Android that I never really wanted to play on my phone. Talk about no controller, that's annoying, right? Justin, you know
it's so annoying.
Virtual doesn't work.
It's like instant carpal tunnel.
But now you have a wireless controller, dual analogs, and it makes it more fun. Especially Heroes of Loot. That game feels like butter. You're just like, what? It's like the controls are so smooth.
That game feels like butter.
Feels like butter, that game. One little thing about the Ouya box itself, it has an Ethernet plug in the back. And I have a router, so I was like, I'll plug in my Ethernet. It'll be the fastest connection ever to download games. And then it didn't work. Yeah. But the Wi-Fi worked perfectly and quickly. So, I don't know. They just got to work on something with the Ethernet port. Does anyone else have that problem? Email me or message me below, because it's weird. That aside, the actual dashboard of the system is awesome. Discovery, you can find all the different new games. I could use a new release section. I'm not sure why that's not there. But also, it is a big, colorful screen. It reminds you of an Xbox or PS4, the way that you can navigate the menus. And there's a ton of games on the home page. The good thing about the Ouya is all the games are free to play from the beginning. So similar to Xbox Live, when you can just try out the game. Every game, though, on the system is playable right away. And if you want to buy the game, you can download it, or some of the games do like in-game monetization. Monetization. Never can say that word. Monetization. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wait, you just said yeah that my monetization was right.
It is.
That's wrong. I added two Z's.
No.
Let's quickly talk about the controller. It's almost awesome. Okay? It's got dual analogs, they feel great. The controller actually feels really good in my hand. The buttons work, the digital pad's fine. The top two bumper buttons are great. The top back buttons are not so great. If you have one, they're just spongy. It's the only way I can explain it. It's spongy. I just want them to have more oomph.
Sponges without oomph in games like butter. What a bunch of
What can I say? I'm a sponge and butter kind of guy. It's wireless, it works, and for some reason there's a touchpad in the middle of the controller that you never use ever. There's a touchpad on it. Another thing I forgot to mention about the console itself, and one of the main reasons I like the Ouya, well, that's not right, because I do love the games, but also the emulators. Every one you can think of ever. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Atari 2600, Commodore 64, PC Engine. They have them all. So let's talk about the games that actually came out for the Ouya itself, or were ported over. Ravensword Shadowlands. Now, this game was promoted on the iPad, and to play it that way, like, I got Skyrim on my iPad. But this is the way to play the game. Now, it's pretty much Skyrim, but not as good, but it doesn't matter, because it's very fun. There's, huge quests. There's not really a ton of side quests, there's a few. But in general, it's just a fun Skyrim experience to have on your Ouya. First game I bought was Ravensword. Funny little story that happened to me in Ravensword. I want to see what you thought about it, because I think it's ridiculous. There's a lady, and she's like, hey, can you help me? And I'm like, yeah, sure, what do you want? She's like, can you go watch my son in my house? Because I'm, busy. And I was like, I guess so. That's the weirdest request I've ever gotten in my life in a video game. But okay, I probably will get gold out of it. So I go inside the house, shut the door, two guys with swords. Aha! We gotcha! There ain't no kid. So of course I killed them. Pretty easily, by the way. Come back outside. What's up, lady? There's no son, he's no kid, you ain't going anywhere. She's like, I'm sorry. Listen, they said they'd kill me otherwise. Okay, so how did this work? So two guys came and they're like, listen, we're gonna kill you. Well, what can I do? Don't kill me. Well, okay, we got an idea. Next adventure you see coming by, Tell him to come in the house. Dude, John, this is gonna be good. And then we'll bum rush him. All right. That's it. So one game I love is called Walk into the Mountains. You walk into the mountains. It is 8-bit style, basically Atari 2600 style. Really simple graphics, but beautiful, beautiful music. And it's a story about a little guy who gets on a horse to go into the mountains to figure out what went on there, because some sort of explosion happened. And along the way he finds these monsters that are floating in the sky around him, and he has to fight them with his bow and arrow. That sound like a story you heard before? It doesn't matter because it's very fun and very fluid to play. You use the right analog stick to pull back your arrow, and then how long you hold it back is how far and how fast it shoots. It's a simple premise. Your horse is always moving, so you're kind of controlling you on the horse at the same time as the enemies are attacking. And it's just it's like a great moment, like in Braid, when you play Braid and you feel like, oh, I've just figured that out. I can do backwards time, and you feel like a genius. You're like, whoa. This is kind of the same thing, because in the game you have this focus bar, which is kind of like the Matrix effect. Whoa. Where it slows down everything, and you can kind of fire one arrow, another arrow, and precision with a little line. It just feels so good when you've gotten all the different enemies, and then it comes back to reality, and you're like, I'm on my horse.
Is that how you ride a horse?
That's how you ride a horse, by the way, people. I think this is more like cross-country skiing.
Yeah.
Fist of Awesome was a game that actually backed on Kickstarter. Yes, it is an awesome name, as Justin's laughing at it. And in the game, you punch bears. And deer. It is a very good game. It was a good game anyhow. When it got Kickstarted, it's a great game for this system. Again, the analog system, analog controllers work great. And Justin can't stop laughing at the name. This game is weird. Again, simple graphics. Potato Man seeks the truth with an F. Have you played it?
Yes.
It's great, weird, and again, it works perfect on the Ouya. The controller is perfect for it. It's great, right?
Yeah, I haven't beaten it just because like it gets
hard.
It gets hard, yeah.
Yeah, but it's great for another great game. And Volchaos, which I love that name, Volchaos. Volcano, there's chaos, Volchaos. Basically every level the lava is raising, and you are trying to get gems while getting the heck out of Dodge. And it works perfectly, and it's very addictive, and I love it. Volchaos. Well, I keep doing this at the end of each one of them. Now, there you go. Last one I want to mention is Chess 2, which sounds like a movie title. Yeah. It is so crazy that I had so much fun with this game, because I generally don't like chess. Listen, Chess 2, dare I say, is better. What? Than chess? Actually, one reviewer actually said Chess 2 is more chess than chess. I'll explain. They add a new rule, so you don't have to capture the king or checkmate him. You can literally, there's a middle line on the board, and you can get your king over that line. It's like winning by midline or something. But adding that in, it just allows me to have more freedom as a player, and especially as a not good player of chess, to see other places where I can win the game. Because with checkmate, you have to be like, all right, 30 moves ahead, I've got him. This one, I'm just like, if I could just maneuver over here and move that guy over there and take that guy, then I could get to the midline. Also, they have like 4 or 5 different types of chess pieces, and they're like little groups, like little different armies, and they all have special abilities. This game is cool, Chess 2. Why aren't people not talking about this? So that's it. Ouya is a great system. It's amazing for like things like VLC as well, video playback. Put your USB in with whatever movies you have on there. It's got Twitch TV, so you can stream Twitch TV. You can't stream to Twitch yet, which, by the way, please and make that happen. That'd be great. But you can watch different stuff on there on Twitch, and you can play all those emulator games. So I got tons of those lined up, and the new games that I like, and new games are still being made for it. Contrary to popular belief, there's games coming out all the time. I think like 3 or 4 games came out this week alone. Ouya, $100, 100 bones. So just check it out. I'm saying, check it out. Facebook.com/videogamebreak. Go there. By the way, I heard no one uses Facebook pages anymore. Is that true? If it isn't true, prove me wrong. I think those don't go together. And go there and like the page. Also, what else are we?
Twitter,
Onawa, and Axon Spark. And then I'll see you later. Bye. Bye.